All right, so here we go. Time to get to, so let's jump right on. This is in other news. I'm your host, Mike Russell. Let's get launched here on the gram, and we'll get scooting right along. Yesterday, we had a question posed to each and every one of you, which was if you wanted to go with something light or if you wanted to go with something heavy. And heavy won the day. Oh, shoot. Speaking of light, heavy won the day. And so we started a heavy topic. And everybody's like, whoa, 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 too heavy, too heavy, too heavy. And we kind of backed off of it a little bit. And so we're going to start the show with that. So we're going to start the show a little bit heavy. But I want to talk about this because this is the weirdest thing I've seen in a hot minute. I didn't know 60 Minutes would do this kind of expose on something, but it absolutely 100% is talkable. We need to have this discussion. And if you missed it, this is exactly what we're talking about.
Alicia is a very special and very sweet young lady who is looking for her forever family. She describes herself.
It's a parade like no other. Abandoned children desperately selling themselves to win over a new family, a new start.
She also likes drawing and doing arts and crafts.
This is insane. I can't believe I'm watching it.
And in the audience, sizing them up to find a perfect match are their potential parents.
Okay, Michaela, you look so cute.
It is distressing, tragic, and completely legal.
Yeah.
Here in the US, it's a phenomenon known as rehoming.
Rehoming,
where,
that makes it
along
sound
with
nice.
matching events,
right?
Troubled kids are
That makes trafficking sound right. Rehoming? That makes trafficking sound a lot better. I think so.
like goods on eBay and given to anyone who'll take them.
How about it?
Mostly they're adopted and often wear the scars of abuse and neglect.
Yeah.
Most disturbingly, their parents have decided they no longer want them.
Desperate people do stupid things and desperate things. There should be legal structures and social structures and professionals who know what the hell they're doing around all of this.
Amen, sir.
If we don't protect vulnerable children, who do we protect?
Okay. Yeah. That's the one thing that stands alone. 60 Minutes is different from any other television show. It does not have theme music. Anyway, there is an argument for this. There's a lot of arguments against this. And I guess the question is, how the hell? And we're not going to show any more of it, but I mean, I think we need to have the discussion. And the discussion is this. Let's start with my knowledge of the adoption industry here in the United States, the racket that is the adoption industry. I have, and it blows my mind that I have had so many people tell me horror stories of how hard it is to adopt a damn kid. And I'm talking about people that are just nails on every category, just everything, income, no record, just every background, whole nine, family status, everything. I am such an advocate of adoption, and I know the need for adoption, that the whole gay marriage debate, I was very open in this. I have never seen cooler parents than two dads. I ain't playing. I said this, and I'm like, look, if a child can go to a loving, I don't care. Daddy, daddy, mommy, 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 daddy, don't care. If a child can go to a loving home, damn it, okay. But here's the gig. This looks a lot like what we think in our minds when we hear that 500,000 migrant children are gone and missing. These kids go to, all I hear is, what do you want to give? 5 now, 5 now, what here, 25, 25, now 35, 30, 30, 30, where am I 30, 30? Yeah, that's all I hear when I see this video. It's a cattle call for kids. So what is it? Is it the rigorous, expensive nonsense that people have to go through, loving parents have to go through to adopt kids? Or is it a auction, a cattle auction? And is it necessary? Yeah, I think it is. I don't like the nature of this, but damn it, kids need a home. You talk about horror stories of adopting kids. I've seen horror stories of fostering. Used to be a neighbor of someone that would take in, not kidding, would take in kids that had been severely abused by their foster parents. Like they would save them. And then Baca would come along. Dude, have you seen this? Have you guys seen Baca? Bikers Against Child Abuse? What? They were always in my hood. Because they would always go to that house anytime that kid, one of the kids, I think there was like 4 or 5 of them, one of the kids had to go to court. An entire biker gang would take them. An entire biker gang would stand with them, go into the courtroom with them because of their piece of garbage, abusive foster parents. Rad. But if it is, let's say the Depression era photo where mother said on your kids, yeah. And it's a thing. You think these migrant children weren't, I highly doubt these migrant children were sent up by their family for anything other than cash or just payment to the cartels. I mean, this is a different topic than this. But if we have to, dude, Chris, you'd be king of Baca, my man. If we have to go to this length to make sure kids are rehoused, I think they said rehomed or whatever, our system's screwed. And that's what we need to take a look at. Say, okay, from now, I mean, dude, if it's legal here in the United States and that's what they're doing to kids that have been abandoned by their families, well, hell, it's better than nothing at this point. Oh, some parents are in it for the money run. Some people are in it for the abuse. And these kids are trafficked. The foster system is absolutely jacked in this country. Wow. Yeah. Give him a road name and a vest. Oh, hell yeah. I forgot about that. Oh, yes. I forgot about that. Oh, my gosh. One kid. Oh, God, dog. One kid always come around. He was walking around playing in the cul-de-sac, and he came. I forgot the name they gave him, but that's when I learned. It was when I took this kid was, his foster parents. His foster parents had him in a dog kennel. That was his room, a dog kennel. So, yeah. But I look at this 60 Minutes doing an expose on these kid cattle calls, auctions, and I just do not understand how I have never heard of this before in almost 20 years in media. How have I not heard of this? Because it seems to be just normal, just look like normal people just rolling in there, taking pictures, seeing if they want a kid. Oh, it's unbleeping real. Very close friend of mine, can't have kids. 3 adopted kids, they're fantastic. They're fantastic. I mean, they just they turn the whole system on its ear. I mean, there's a stay-at-home dad, mom goes to work, 3 kids, fantastic. Rob and I had him on the Brewman's podcast. You guys go check that out. My man Chad, Camping Chad. Rad story. But damn, what a pain in the ass it is to adopt. My ex-wife is the oldest of 6 kids, 4 adopted. I mean, damn. And it was a mess the entire time. A complete mess. So where do we go? We keep doing this? Here's Sasha. She likes, My Little Pony. And what the hell? Yeah, that had Oogie vibes all the way through it. Okay. We're done with that. Yeah, some people need to treat animals better than some people treat animals. You're damn right they do. I know I treat Ozzy a hell of a lot better than I do intern Beans and intern Nooch. I'll tell you that. I kid because I love. Actually, yeah, I actually do. Oz is opened up most of his Christmas presents, so my kids don't get to do that. Yeah. So I guess we do treat animals better than we do. Let's get to the UFOs. The drones, the those silly flying things that the government just can't seem to figure it out. I mean, come on, just can't figure it out at all. How in the world are we supposed to figure out what they are? Well, I'll tell you this: the commander in chief doesn't even know where they are. He was asked.
All of those drones over New Jersey. What's behind all of that? Nothing nefarious, apparently.
Apparently, it's nothing nefarious. I don't know. They're telling me while I was eating my ice cream. I wasn't really paying attention. I mean, this guy's literally our president of the United States, by the way. He's still the leader of the free world. Ain't kidding. You wonder why there's nefarious drones flying all over the place? This is exactly why. Because we have no leader. Oh.
But they're checking it all out.
Yeah, we're checking it all out. You know? Yeah, we're on it. We're on the case. Checking it all. Me and my ball cap looking like every man here. Yeah.
Just one. There's a lot of drones authorized up there. I think one.
Then had a lot of drones authorized.
Started and they all got it. Everybody wanted to get in the deal.
Want to get in the deal. Sir, can you tell me what the deal is? I'd like to know what the deal is. And you said there's a lot of drones authorized up there. Then you sure as hell know what they're doing there. Authorized for what? You lying bag of nothing? Dude, seriously. If they're authorized, we know what's going on. Oh. Yeah, it's going to be something. It's Mel Gibson, Tom Cruise, something. It's going to be a weird, yeah. He has no idea what he's doing. But let's get to the one congressman that's actually asking the right question in front of cameras.
They said we followed these drones back to their source, and that's what we identified, but he didn't say that.
Nope.
And so that's really what we want to do. Look, you've got a bunch of drones. Why don't we just follow them to where their takeoff spot is, or who their handler is, so that we would have an idea? But they haven't done that.
Yeah, why? Because they know where they are, they know who the handlers are, and they know the point of origin. Period. I mean, what would you ask somebody? Would somebody please ask anyone that question in front of a camera? Like, can you tell us why? You all don't know. The president of the United States is saying that these are authorized, so therefore the government knows what it is because they give the authorization to the FAA. And then you have congressmen getting briefed in top secret meetings, and they're claiming they're not even following them home. We don't even know. No idea. We just have the only thing we know is what these citizens are doing with their cameras and their phones, and we get to go from there. Y'all, I'm getting more nervous about this by the day. And it has nothing to do with if they're Iranian. It has nothing to do if they are UFOs. They're alien. Don't care. It's between now and Jan 20th. That's what I'm worried about. We get to Jan 20th and this is still going on. They'll all be blasted out of the sky that day. So help me God will be said by the president, the new president of the United States, and they will all drop from the sky. I don't know. I'm getting more nervous about it by the day. And if y'all can help me out with that, I don't know if you guys are feeling the same way. But it just seems that there's a lot of players in the government that know exactly what's going on, and they won't let anyone know. As Donald Trump even said, he's like, I know they know. They know what they are. This is not telling anybody. That's not good. I'm not doubting the EMP, bud. I'm not. If y'all don't know what a Faraday bag is, you guys need to find out what one is. And so we know what an EMP is, an electromagnetic pulse. And if you guys remember the Ocean's 11 movie, the remake, not the super cool one, the remake, the old ones, I don't even know what EO11, have no idea what the hell that is. Sammy Davis' song in the opening, I have no idea what he's talking about. But they're cool as hell, and you just want to watch because it's the damn Rat Pack. Anyway, the recent Don Cheadle's character, which was Sammy Davis Jr., essentially. Anyway, I actually give him credit for sticking true to the story. Did you guys see there's a remake coming out of live action How to Train Your Dragon? Astrid, the Viking Astrid, the Norwegian, no longer white and blonde. Anyway, so in the Ocean's 11 movie, when they kill the power to Las Vegas, he does it with an EMP. He does it with an electromagnetic pulse. He says it's basically a bomb, but you get the Stone Age instead of Hiroshima, right? Everything just turns off. Everything electronic is gone. So that's what an EMP is. Just so we're very clear, as you guys are can kind of following along here on Facebook. Yes. Electronics work. Nothing you want connected to. Wait, so it won't really matter if your electronics work and nothing you want to connect to is running. Yeah, it's true. Unless, that's true. You look at cell phones. If the cell phone towers are taken out, it's really cell phone you can't really do much with. You can play the cool video games that you had, maybe Snake. Yeah, play Uno, or something like that. These are Hollywood movies coming true. It is. I don't want to see Avatar. I hated that movie, by the way. Can I just? I'm going to confess. Hi, my name's Mike. I hated Avatar. It's a stupid movie. Oh, it's so great. No, it didn't. Not to me. Yep. Dan has said in the chat. What up, D? And there you are, Dan. Okay, that's right. That's what you said. Really, electronics don't work. Thank you for joining that. And let's get to this now, because obviously we're not going to know until something crazy happens, and then that's what it was for. So let's get to this omnibus package. Did you hear about this? Not a continuing resolution anymore. No, it's not. Not a spending package. It's an omnibus bill. Because we the people said during the Barack Obama days, omnibus is good. We learned that. We're like, okay, omnibus is good. So we turned it into an omnibus package. Now, I do not envy Speaker Johnson. I don't. Speaker Johnson is in bad position. He is. He can't win. Everything he does, he's in a no-win position. But he seems to take it like a champ. I have no idea where this vote's going to go. I mean, at least we got Gates out of there, so he's not going to cause a ruckus. But he is right in the middle of this.
We have to fund those. We have to fund FEMA. We have to fund our farmers.
Right. And Mr. Speaker, it's not just so you've got a bunch of Republicans who are angry at you. They don't like this. And just in a couple of weeks, you're going to stand once again to run for Speaker of the House. And you don't need a bunch of Democrats mad at you. But and this is breaking news you do not know. You know who also does not like this? Elon Musk, the world's richest man, just tweeted, this bill should not pass. The only way you're going to be able to...
Hit a little Gandalf right there, didn't he? You shall not pass. Sorry.
Pass it now, Mr. Speaker, is with Democrats. If you could, what's your message to Elon Musk?
Well, I was communicating with Elon last night. Elon and Vivek and I are on a text chain together.
Excuse me, Mr. Speaker. We're going to go ahead and pick up those names you just dropped. Excuse us. I am on a private jet with them.
And I was explaining to them the background of this. And Vivek and I talked last night about almost midnight. And he said, look, I get it. He said, we understand you're in an impossible position. Everybody knows that. Remember, guys, we still have just a razor-thin margin of Republicans. So any bill has to have Democrat votes. They understand the situation. They said, it's not directed to you, Mr. Speaker, but we don't like the spending. I said, guess what, fellas? I don't either. We got to get this done because here's the key. By doing this, we are clearing the decks and we are setting up for Trump to come in roaring back with the America First agenda. That's what we're going to run with gusto beginning January 3rd when we start the new Congress, when Republicans, again, are in control. And all of our fiscal conservative friends, I'm one of them, will be able to finally do the things that we've been wanting to do for the last couple of years.
Yeah, you just said a whole bunch of nothing, dude. You did. You just a whole bunch of crap. Because, again, as politicians, they think we don't understand what's happening here. We don't understand that Nostradamus Massey, see what I did there? He has a tendency to know what's going to happen. Check this out.
We have broken the Christmas Omni, and I have no intention of going back to that terrible tradition. So
there will not be a Christmas Omnibus, says Speaker Johnson. Back in September. Nope, not going to be one. We're not going to do it, and here we are. We're going to do it. Thomas Mann.
So there won't be a Christmas omnibus. As somebody asked me in the hallway a little while ago, will there be many buses? We don't want any buses. We're not going to do any buses, okay?
And I've seen this play call like 4 times in the 7 years I've been in Congress. They've punted the ball until December 20th.
Yep.
And what they'll do is they'll come in a closed room with us and they'll say, okay, now we've got the really big omnibus. And if you vote for this, you can go home for Christmas. But if you don't vote for it and it fails, we're going to make you stay here over Christmas and New Year's. And it's almost like a dystopian future. I've been in the closed room where they start chanting, vote, 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 vote.
Yeah.
And people run up there and vote for something they've not read.
Of course.
CR. Oh, you want to go home for Christmas? Well, vote for this, and we'll let you go see your families and your new grandbaby, and you can watch your 2-year-old open presents. But if you don't, you're going to stay here with your leadership and their leadership, and wait for a bunch of geriatric senators to send over the answer.
By the way, I made another prediction that it would end right before Christmas, that it wouldn't go till next spring. Because, and we've talked about this on your show, Brian, for as long as I've been coming on your show, which is at least 12 years.
See it coming a mile away. Go ahead.
Every year, they do the same play.
Christmas
Eve shutdown, panic, because here's what they're doing. They're taking our families hostage, the families of congressmen in Washington, D.C. on December 20th, which is when this CR expires, and they're going to either put another worse CR that's probably going to have Ukraine and everything else attached to it, or they're going to do the full-on omnibus, depending on how the election comes out. They're going to do that on December 20th, and the congressmen, they're going to smell those jet fumes from DCA, the Ronald Reagan Airport, and the combination of the fumes from those airplanes wafting over to the Capitol and this CR expiring, then they're going to start chanting, vote, vote, vote. And they will.
Yep. And they're not going to stop. You guys, this is the funny thing is, to me, is if you polled we the people, if you polled the United States, the citizenry would say, yeah, dude, go ahead and shut it down. But you just heard that little Bozette on Fox and Friends or whatever that garbage show is. And she said, well, we have to fund FEMA. We have to fund. No. They're funded. They're good. They're good. They don't run out of money. This would actually play really well into the hands of Doge, right? All non-essential employees in the government ain't getting paid. Okay? You're all fired. See, that's your list right there. All the non-essential government employees, bye-bye. It's been fun. I'm sorry, I don't know of any other company that has non-essential employees just running around. You know, yeah, they're non-essential. That whole division over there is just non-essential. But we're going to keep them anyway. Yeah. Fund who? I'm telling you, shouldn't be able to vote unless you can prove that you know what is in the bill. Yeah, like a quiz. That's a great idea, Chris. Yeah. They'd find a way to cheat. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, AOC ain't passing the test. But that is actually a great idea. I'm going to stick with that. That's a good idea. Okay, here's your you have a 20 question. Each question is worth 5 points. And you can't get lower than B. You can't miss 4. I mean, you can miss 4, that's it. Then you pass it. But you have to read the bill. For me, when I take over, it is going to be able to fit on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. If the piece of legislation doesn't fit on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, I'm not going to look at it. No reason to look at it. I'm sorry, in 10-point type. Yeah, I just saw some advertisement for a pendant that has the entire Bible like engraved into it. That's wild. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, you can get I'm talking about 10-point type, 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and maybe the legal pad's fine. It's fine, 8.5 by 14. We can do that, but it's just nothing. The United States tax code should fit on one piece of paper. If you make this amount, you pay this. You make this amount, you pay this. Make this amount, you pay this. Here's a list of exceptions on different things you can write off. That's it. Flat tax, baby. Let's go. The Grizz Quiz. I love that. We're going to call it the Grizz Quiz. So anyway, they're going to spend a ton of money in that package, by the way, in the Omnibus package. I'm not kidding. In the Omnibus package, 5 point must score. Wait, what? 20 questions, each worth, oh, man, he is funny. 20 questions, each were 5 points. Must score 135 points. Perfect. So anyway, in this package, y'all, I'm not kidding. This is, I just buckle up for this one. Is this all I need to know is in the package? Screw Ukraine. Fine. They whatever. They're going to do with Ukraine what they're going to do. This is the biggest money laundering scam in the history of the United States of America. It's just behind COVID as far as money, just wealth redistribution. But here's what's worse than all the money they're giving Ukraine. This is awesome, guys. You ready for this? The House and Senate wrote into the Omnibus bill a pay raise. Y'all think I'm kidding? A damn pay raise. Raja Manu, or whatever, however you pronounce the dude's name, from CNN, got with Dick Durbin. And apparently Dick Durbin's like shocked. Oh, there's a pay raise? Oh, I didn't know that. And then this ass defends it. I am blown away. Dick Durbin needs to retire today. Ready for this? This will boil your blood a little bit. Here we go.
Do you guys deserve a pay raise?
Well, that's news to me. It's good news.
Oh, it's good news because I'm so important. Look at his little staffers.
You know, what has it been, 10 years or 14 years and no COLA, no change at all?
Good.
I think it's about time something's done.
You support giving yourselves a pay raise?
How would I not know about a pay raise?
But I mean, people look at the performance of Congress and say, why should we give them more money?
That's a great question. Fantastic question. Okay? I'm down with that question. Well done, well played. Look at the performance of Congress. Why should you get a raise? Are you ready for this ass? His response. Listen to this.
What about the media?
Oh.
Think about that for a second.
And we're not paid by public money.
I know you're not, but I mean, half of your listeners are not there anymore. You're still getting the same paycheck? What's going on?
Well, I mean, you're taxpayer money. I mean, you guys deserve a raise.
Wow. What about you guys? What about the media? You still get paid the same? Absolutely not, by the way. Oh, my God. The days of getting paid big in media, gone. They're gone. Unless you're like a Charlemagne or something like that. I mean, it's gone. I think the last big local media, local radio contract was Dave Pratt. Don't get me started on Dave Pratt. I don't want to get into a Dave Pratt discussion right now. But he had a deal. Like he went away. Dude was getting paid to not be on radio. Dude had, I mean, the contract is of legend. It's absolutely wild. I think he was on Camel or something like that. This is his last gig. But man, let me tell you this. Yeah, we agree. They both suck. That's right. Media and Congress. But Dick Durbin is just, they live in this sick bubble that they think that's the way it should be. It's been 10 years since they've done anything worth. Yes, attaboy, Truman. Yeah, 10 years since we've had a raise. Well, it's been 10 years since y'all done anything. That's for damn sure. Except screw us. And if they think they're doing a great job, they think they're doing a great job screwing us. It's absolutely absurd. Yeah. Here's some fun, and this will throw you off here. Especially, you might want to, Rhonda, you might want to take Buttercup. Just close your ears here. This is the latest out of the UK, The Independent. By owning a pet, you are doing more damage to the environment than you might realize. Truth-telling about pets can be a painful process, but cats and dogs, particularly, are having a devastating impact on the planet, says Donna Chada McCarthy. This beaut. When pets can emit twice the carbon emissions of our homes, electricity. What? Okay, you're already an idiot. They kill up to 200 million wild prey in the UK every year. We cannot be silent. Unfortunately, in many cases, pet ownership is simply another form of destructive consumerism. You know what this made me do? The wonderful part about this, maybe I want to go buy a dog. I want to go get a dog now. I want Ozzy to have a little bro. Seriously. Like, people like this. We spoke on the last show on the Go Show a little earlier this morning. We spoke about talking to a vegan, like hunters and vegans having a conversation, a civil conversation. You can't have a civil conversation with a guy that writes this stuff for The Independent. You just can't. That's not a person that's going to have an intelligent conversation with you. Saying that a pet, that Aussie, emits more carbon emissions. Emits more carbon emissions? I don't know if that's right. Hang tight. What? My green cup's dirty. Anyway, then the electricity in my house that's powered by what? Coal? It's done. These people, and God bless them for doing it, because they're doing a great service to our world. By printing things like this, by publishing things like this, they are simply tearing up their side. They're destroying their side. And I thought, that if you come out and say, hey, pets are going to be harmful to the environment, and here's 3 peer-reviewed studies that say that pets are detrimental to or emitters of greenhouse gases. Okay, I'll at least listen to you. But to pull BS nonsense like that right out of the gates, yeah, Daniel, I gotta get 2 more dogs. Heck yeah, but watch out, they'll get into your hot pocket stash. They have nothing. They have nothing but fear tactics, scare tactics. Now you're gonna go after pets. Good luck. That's awesome. Again, bring more people to our side of common sense and reality and understanding exactly what this whole climate change alarmism is. It's a money and power grab. But you bring more people to our side, sooner it'll go away. And we realize that, yeah, you know what? We want cleaner air. We want cleaner streams. We want cleaner oceans. And we're going to do something to make that happen. We don't want a ton of stuff going into landfills, but it ain't going to change the temperature at all. The Earth does that. The number 1 regulator of carbon in the galaxy is the Earth. The Earth has done it. The Earth regulates its own carbon. It does, naturally. It's wonderful. But what about deforestation? You haven't read a book. You haven't read any articles about deforestation in the last 15 years, if you're still hollering that. But these guys saying things like this, people are like, I'm not going to get rid of my pet. What is this? My pet? Like, okay, we can say cattle are bad, so cut down your consumption of meat. And if people buy into that, fine, they can buy into that. That's great. Or they, don't have a farm. But most everybody got a pet. So now you're going after everybody. And you have to go after their loved one. Like we mentioned earlier, some people like pets more than they like their own kids. And now you're saying that it's the pet that's causing global warming? Good luck. Good luck. And I let me go. It's full of ads. So I think one of them's Elle McPherson, so it's good. Oh no, that's Pam Anderson. Same. Pam Anderson, by the way, is not doing any makeup anymore. Let me see if we can zoom in on this guy. Let's just take a look, and it's exactly it's exactly what you'd think it would be. Here we go. Ready? All right. Let me go ahead and share this, because this is something that's kind of off the fly. I did not expect to do this. So here we go. Share that screen. Share it, and pet ownership. Here we go. There he is. How about that beat right there? That's the guy. That's him right there. Exactly what you would expect. Exactly what you would expect that dude to look like. Yeah, that's him right there. Oh, and that's Pam Anderson without makeup. Good job. But yeah, so there you have it. That's the guy telling you shouldn't have a pet. You shouldn't have a pet because how do I say that? Donna Shad McCarthy, because apparently his first name is very Irish. Last name's doing that. Mm-hmm. Nightmare fuel. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he could end up in The Hills Have Eyes. I'm almost positive of that. Apparently, The Hills Have Eyes. The guy that didn't have, he looked like he didn't have skin. Look like he was all creeped out. That's the way that guy looks. That's not makeup. I learned. Yeah, believe it or not. Anyway, were his parents siblings? Yes. Well, whole new spin on Irish twins, huh? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Pedo ownership. Yeah. You guys are just absolutely crushing it. Good job, everybody. Okay. But again, it makes me want, again, brings people back to the other side. They do more harm to their cause by being idiots. Like, activists should not be representatives of a cause, because these activist bozos, like this McCarthy dude, and I'm saying dude, I'm assuming, this McCarthy dude is, it makes me want pets. It makes me hate their side. It makes me annoyed by their side. Instead of just having a wonderful conversation. Say, here's the pet population of this. Here's the pet population here. Here's the increase, and here's how it goes along with rising temperatures, whatever. Show me something that you've done some homework. Not being absolute. Your Shih Tzu is destroying the planet, Daniel. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think you have to. Okay, let's get to the freak out du jour. Which is we're back to COVID shots. We're back to scaring everybody, because I believe, again, I believe something is going to happen between now and January 20th. Now and January 20th, maybe even Jan 6th or 5th, whenever the hell they're doing this, is going to something's going to happen. And it might be a pandemic. It might be, this avian flu nonsense. It might be whatever it is. Something weird's going to go down, and something weird's going to happen. And is pointing, apparently, to another pandemic. Dr. Bozo went on Joy Reid Bozo's show. And the dude, I don't even trust people that can't comb their hair. Here you go.
Most of the blame on unorganized anti.
Dr. Hotez, the man, again, who can't comb his hair, but he can tie a bow tie. It's probably a clip-on. I was going to make a comment about no hair on, was that? No, okay, we're not allowed to do that. Is that head thoughts? Is that head thoughts, Beans? Head thoughts. Okay. Fair enough.
I still pin most of the blame on an organized anti-vaccine movement that targeted people to convince them that the COVID vaccine wasn't safe. And my estimate is 200,000 Americans needlessly perished because they refused the COVID vaccine.
She's nodding her head. Yeah, that's a fact. You can't prove that. There's no way that science can prove that an experimental, not even a vaccine, an experimental therapeutic saved 200,000 lives. Or it caused if they didn't get it, the misinformation caused the death of 200,000 people.
They were victims of this. We, in our case, our low-cost COVID vaccine, we did it with no patent. It reached 100 million people in India and Indonesia. That's the exception. But the most of the blame still goes to this organized anti-vaccine movement.
Organs, because of this RFK Jr. guy, who's not anti-vaccine, by the way. Not. Oh, look, if you get a dead virus into something with some saline, which is apparently what the flu shot is, okay. But then you look at the stats of any of the MMR vaccine, polio vaccine, all you get it, you're like, what in the hell is in there? What kind of metal is in there? What are you doing? What is that? Putting in a baby that has a perfect immune system, by the way. Anyway, Dr. Hotez, the reason why I said, this guy. Dr. Hotez, the reason why he's on these shows is because he is a shill. He's a scam artist. He's a charlatan. He's a snake oil salesman that will say anything in the world to keep his fame. He is a complete nerd that got invited to the cool kids table. He's a complete nerd that's doing the DC, nightlife because he says everything that the MSNBCs and the politicians want him to say. Yeah, talking no hair. That's right. Yeah. San Diego doctor threatened to shoot me if I got the COVID vax. I'll tell the story again, and of course I'll say Schmeiber Schmeckton. I'll say the story again. When I got, I got it. I think it was the second time I got it. I think I got COVID a little before it was COVID. And I think I got it from Robbie when he got back from Japan. I was just, my lungs were always hurting. It was just bad. But then I got it. And I went down. I'll never forget that. I was sitting at the Hunt Club and I was doing a walkthrough for an event we were having there. And I look at Queen Bee and I was like, I'm just sat down. I'm like, hey, I have it. I got the Rona. And it's bad. I took the little nasal swab thing. I go back to the house and I didn't even touch the thing and it went positive. Yeah. It was that crazy. Just boom. Yes, you got it. And I was pretty much laid out. So I talked to my doctor. I did a telehealth thing. God bless telehealth. I did a telehealth deal. And I said, what do I do? She goes, you know something? If you're that bad right now, try the monoclonal antibodies. Probably the best thing for you. Try the monoclonal antibodies. Then she said, your immune system, your immunity to COVID is going to be like through the roof right now. You're fine because of monoclonal antibodies. And but you have to check yourself in to the hospital. So I said, okay, I'll check myself in the hospital. No, I'm sorry. You have to go to an ER to get it. I said, okay, cool. I'll go to an ER to get it. So when I went to the ER, they checked me into the hospital. So I'm technically a COVID hospitalization. I'm one of those. And I'm like, I didn't come here because I can't function. I just came here for monoclonal antibodies. Like I didn't need to be checked in, but I was registered as a hospitalized for COVID. No, I was not. But the head ER doctor came in, very cool dude, and said, okay, I need you to get Schmeiber-Schmeckten. I can't prescribe it to you because they'll fire me if I do it again because I've been prescribing it to everybody and I got in trouble. So I said, okay, so he showed me how to get it, compounding pharmacy, all this stuff, how to get it. And I said, is it really worth the time and hassle? He goes, do you want to get better? I went and got it, took it, boom, better the next day. Popped up, better the next day. I have a stockpile of it because now, and I don't understand how the social media companies can snack me for saying it, but it's showing the ability with I think a couple of other medications can stop cancer. This thing won a Nobel Prize. So anyway, but vaccine. Gotta go get the vaccine. Here's one of the words I hate is juxtapose. Can't stand it. But there's a juxtaposition we're about to see. Remember these guys? Remember these guys, and if you don't like naughty words, sorry. But here's one of my favorite bands through high school.
I won't do what you tell me. I won't do what you tell me. I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Rage?
Sorry, we needed to get rid of that because that suddenly turned into something we were not. We were expecting it and asked them not to do it, and they did it anyway.
Yeah, we asked Rage Against the Machine not to say the F word, and yes, so Brits are just so trusting in that. And yeah, so Rage Against the Machine was it? Rage Against the Machine. That's their whole vibe is the name of the band, Rage Against the Machine. Do you remember during COVID? They did concerts where you had to have the vax. You could not go to a Rage Against the Machine concert without showing your vax passport. What in the hell? Rage Against the Machine. Those violent little bands ever. I can only take a little bit of them. The Bulls on Parade and is one of Anyway, so Rage Against the Machine is now just supporting of the machine. And now you know who the new Rage Against the Machine is? I'm blown away by this. The Rage Against the Machine, the one that doesn't care. F you, we won't do what you told us. No. F you, I won't do what you told me. You know who the new one is? Aaron Damn Rodgers. Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers. He's it. He keeps going on this dumb show on ESPN. It's a terrible show. They're just excited because they can say shit. Like they think they're the cool guys. This is a terrible show. But they always have Aaron Rodgers on. They had to apologize for something Aaron Rodgers said about the vaccine. And now they're having him back on because the ratings suck. And they have to have the new Rage Against the Machine.
Aaron.
Hold on, I'm not done.
Oh, shit.
I just got a PSA. Just
Okay.
quick PSA.
All right. I thought we were.
Just a quick PSA reminder.
Started with 12, countdown to 1.
Yeah. Well, we're about to get
Started
there.
12, got down to 1.
That's how you crown CFP National Champion.
Look at that.
Is that the PSA? That's a good PSA.
They are sweating right now because Aaron Rodgers is the new F you, I won't do what they told me. Because they told the BBC that Rage Against the Machine, that we just played, told them that's why they cut to commercial. Like, we can't, we're not going to, we can't. They told us they wouldn't do that. Aaron Rodgers came on this show, said, don't worry, I'm not going to say anything controversial again.
Catchy jingle.
PSA is this. I know I got to say this multiple times for people because they don't listen, but say whatever the fuck you want about me. I don't care. But just before you do it, whether you state your name, your accolades, pronouns, whatever it is, just state your Vaxx status so that anything you say afterwards gets put in the right light. Just get it out there. Because then when you say things about me, people can at least be like, oh, you are captured by the multi-billion-dollar propaganda psyop, and you're still upset about it.
Okay.
This will help things
Yeah,
out.
this is good. This will settle it all down. I appreciate that. And
hey, you know what I mean? Just put that in just so everybody knows where you're coming from. Everybody knows, okay, cool. You're twice vaxxed Moderna with 3 booster shots. And then boom, boom, boom. Say what you want to say. Whatever. I don't care. I'm just saying a PSA. Just please help everybody out who's wondering, where is this coming from? Including myself. What the fuck is this coming from? But just give it a little PSA. You do a little bit of digging, then you know where it's all coming from, right? You're captured, you're highly vaccinated, and then say whatever the hell you want to say about me, because I couldn't give 2 shits about it. All I care about is that you put that little disclaimer out there, just like it's in the bottom for me, that I'm a champ, MVP, and I am enthusiastic about ayahuasca. Just put, instead of your accolades that you need to have out there, so desperately, just put your Vaxx status as well, because you cared so much about it, during the COVID years.
all right.
So just put it out there on your bio when you're about to.
Good for you, Aaron. Good for you. I'm a fan again. Yeah, and ayahuasca or whatever that what he just said. Yeah, that's some trippy stuff. You guys know what that is? That's that root that you eat. You got to be medically supervised or shaman supervised or something like that. And you just trip. Whoa. You just trip the entire time, like in pure darkness. I have a good friend and his wife that had done that, and it is wow. Actually, I might have him on. We'll see. I don't know. We might talk about it. So Grizz doesn't like Rage Against the Machine. Look, I was like, what was I, like 16, 17 at the time? I decided just screaming and hollering was just rad. I was all about that. Absolutely, 100%. I thought Rage Against the Machine was just fun. But again, I mean, that's the only album I ever had of theirs, was their one album where people actually bought. But I was a big fan. But I was also listening to like Sublime and stuff like that. So it wasn't like I was just, just raging and raging and raging. Speaking of raging, how about raging lunatic? Let's start with Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, his newest quote is, we want a 100% tax on anything over $1 billion. Continuing the quote, you can do just well on 999 million. I love this, that the government thinks that if somebody makes $1 billion, that they can have everything over that they make. They 100%. So why not even, I don't even care if it's 90%. I don't care if it's 70%. It's too much. 50% is still too much. You see, what these idiots think that we don't understand is that if you take somebody who makes $2 billion and you tax the second billion at 100%, here's what happens. That $1 billion is not spent. That $1 billion is not spent. And that $1 billion, I'll use this as an example. Oh my God, did you see Jeff Bezos's yacht? It's got a yacht on it just to, take him from one spot to the other yacht. Cool. Man shouldn't have that. They don't spend that $1 billion. Let me talk to you about the paint company that painted that yacht, that has 150 employees, all with benefits and pensions and things like that. How about the window company? For all the windows in that beautiful custom windows in that yacht. Maybe that company hires a few hundred people, keeps them in business for years. I mean, obviously, even the yacht building company. That has people like you and I not making, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, but just living a good life. That money is not spent. They don't buy those yachts then. Those companies go out of business. Those companies are hurt. I mean, everything from the carpet to the damn steering wheel to the electronics to the GPS to the satellite to everything. The helipad that requires a helicopter and all of the jobs going into making that. These people are idiots. So his partner in crime, chief spreading bull, Pocahontas herself, is going after Elon Musk because she's deathly afraid that Elon Musk is going to get what he wants. And that's government efficiency. And that is a balanced budget. So she thinks this is a conflict of interest having Elon Musk anywhere near the White House. Listen to how scared this idiot is.
Think about it this way. Here is this man, richest man in the world, who has multiple companies. So he's got Tesla, the electric car maker. He's got X. He's got Neuralink. He's got SpaceX and a handful of other companies.
Not really.
Those companies are directly involved with the United States government.
Correct.
Millions and millions of dollars worth of government contracts, millions of touch points where there are rules that will affect those companies, like a $7,500 rebate for electric cars, investigations that are currently ongoing into the practices of each of those companies and, in some cases, into Mr. Musk himself. And here he is whispering into the ear of Donald Trump.
Yeah, who you put 91 felony indictments on, and he's still there. So kick rocks.
So what is he whispering? Is he whispering, here are ways to help the American people? Or is he thinking through ways to make those companies richer, to back off the regulators, or to end any investigations into his work? This is conflicts of interest at a level that we have never before.
Says one of the queen insider trading idiots there is in Washington, D.C.
Seen in this country.
Oh, my God, these people.
And it is critically important, first of all, that we call it out, and second, that we start to push back and say, no, the American public has a right to know who's giving this kind of advice to Donald Trump.
You know what else the American people have a right to know? What the hell you're doing with our money, you money-grubbing idiot. That's what the American people want to know. We don't care now. If Elon Musk is going after blanket pardons by this bozo in chief, if blanket pardons are a thing, we don't care anymore about Elon Musk being there or anyone being there that's going to be self-serving. We don't care. We just want it all exposed. Period. And if Elon Musk said one toe out of line, you think the mainstream media is not going to be there to pounce on it? We'll know, but none of that has happened yet. What we want to know is what he wants to do, and we want this government to run efficiently. That's it. That's all we want to do. Oh, yeah, exactly. Basically, I'll sum this up, Truman, for you. I'll take this one. Yeah, Madam Senator. Screw you and the high horse you rode in on. There you go. God. Oh, I can't believe Elon Musk. We need to keep him in check. He's gonna not give us enough money to spend. We're not gonna be able to enrich ourselves anymore. He might expose us for our child trafficking. I can't wait. It's gonna be glorious. Should we do this again tomorrow? Yeah, let's do it again tomorrow. All right. In other news, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Love having you here. Like it, share it, do all that cool stuff. And appreciate you being here. Appreciate you spending time with us. And we will chat mañana at noon right here on In Other News.